Welcome back to Newlands. Yeah, lovely day. In fact, a particularly hot day here in Cape Town. South Africa have won the toss and decided they will field first in this third one-day international. They must win to stay in the fight. Let's get into the teams now and hear from a couple of guys from either side. Shikhar Dhawan we'll hear from, talking to Mike Hazeman. But first, here's Heinrich Klaasen.
Heinrich, congratulations. What does this day mean to you?
Oh, well, it's been working for this my whole life, for my whole career so far, so I'm very, very excited.
So, obviously there's injuries in the lineup. Is this a case where the senior players have really got to stand up and be counted today?
I think it's a little bit of both. I know the team wants to look at some youngsters as well for the Under 19 or 2019 World Cup, so I think the youngsters also need to pull finger or put in some good performances as well.
Now, as a keeper, I'm sure you've studied the spinners quite closely. I mean, the middle order, they've got to deliver today because their spin department has dominated so far for India. Yeah,
we've been working hard the last two games on playing the spin very well. It's just for us a case of getting a good partnership in the middle period and hopefully take it deep.
How was the atmosphere in the change room after that loss after game 2?
Yeah, well, the guys are very disappointed. We're not happy with that performance and we're looking to turn it around today.
Right, here's the big question. How do you stop Kohli?
That's a tough one. He's a world-class player. Just hopefully with a good nut somewhere during the day.
Shikhar, thanks for your time. Everyone's talking about your wrist spin department, but gee, you guys, the top three, are going to be very pleased the way you're going.
Yeah, we guys are very happy the way we've started this one-day series, and the good thing about us right now is that we're not losing wickets from the front, and that's our strength, and that's making us chasing big targets, or both the matches which chase the target, so it was good.
If you guys win today, it'll be the first time you've beaten South Africa in 3 one-days in a row. Do you guys look at those sort of stats?
Yeah, of course we get to know those things, but still even after knowing those stuff, we try to focus on the process, and we make sure that our process is good, because good habits take you a long way.
Okay, so obviously you've had a look at the pitch. Can spin be as effective on this surface, do you think?
Yes, I think so, because both spinners are wrist spinners, so and they have that skill that they can turn on a flat deck too. So that's why I guess we have more advantage, and that's why in the middle overs we guys have been taking wickets because of the spinners.
Okay, injuries to South Africa. How vulnerable are they at the moment?
It's sad, but it's at the same time it's part of the game, and both the names, they're the big guns for South African side, and good for us though that they're not playing, and of course I guess that's why they're lacking the experience in their middle order, because they were relying on both of them, as they both are world-class players, so of course that makes a difference.
Yeah, interesting thoughts there. One side is a guy who's just coming in, and it's kind of rabbit in the spotlight sort of thing, and he's kind of looking and thinking, well, I wonder what to expect, having watched from the sideline. And on the other side, top three, as Hayes spoke about over there, Sonny, they've been impressive, but why are these three at the top, actually, I'll go with, rather than 4, so good for India?
Well, one they're experienced. They combine well. Rohit Sharma, Shikhar Dhawan, the opening partnership is a very good partnership. It's a left and right hand. So they ease each other's burden. If you have a look at the way they run between the wickets, and the way they rotate the strike, they know when one player is striking well and when one player is struggling. So when the player is struggling, he tries to keep his partner at the striker's end, so that he can take a little bit of a breather and assess the situation. So that little bit of understanding is very good. As far as Kohli is concerned, well, just like a spinner, the wrist spinner can turn anywhere. You give him to bat on a sandpit and he'll still score runs. Is that good?
Well, does it make a difference, Sean Pollock, that they have to set a score today, and does it shift things towards South Africa somewhat?
Well, they love to chase. We've heard about that, and their record's very impressive chasing. I think also the surface, I think it's going to offer a little bit more for the seamers. The first two didn't really offer. There wasn't much movement through the air, off the seam. I think we'll see more of that, and the South Africans, if they can pick up those 2 or 3 early wickets, they'll give them a real boost, because they'll feel like they've made inroads, and they've got a chance of being able to make sure they don't get too many and then chase down that score.
So, in terms of the plan of attack for South Africa as they come out here, what do you expect? And out of this bowling lineup that has been picked, with India having looked so untroubled because of lack of scoreboard pressure, do you expect they'll be more effective?
Yeah, I think they will be. I think the ball will move around, and I'll be interested to see who they start with. KG will obviously start for me. Who's his partner? Is it Ngidi to try and get the ball to shape? Chris Morris, we've seen him bowl with the new ball. He does get the ball to swing. So it's going to be interesting to see, because they need to make those early inroads. Who are you going to give the best opportunity with the new ball to say, listen, you make a stand for this team?
Perhaps a test for further into that middle order of the Indian side. The two teams, as you see on your screens, are in position and ready for the national anthems. Everyone else upstanding as well.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Anthems done and dusted. Sunny Gavaskar, Rahane, Pandya, Jadhav have to have minds on, because today, batting first, they could well have an opportunity, having sat on the sidelines. How do they ensure that their hunger is just as much as those in the top three?
Yeah, boys. And therefore, I think what he would certainly want is that he scores runs again. For Dhoni and Pandya, yes, and Jadhav, an opportunity. But they would rather not have this. They would rather have the first four batsmen score all the runs in the 50 overs, get India to maybe 280, 290, maybe even more than that.
Sean, a win for South Africa, do you think?
It's going to be hard. I don't see India taking their foot off the pedal, so it's going to be down to a good start. They're bowling first if they have to make early inroads and make a stance.
All right, thank you to Sean, thank you to Sunny as well. It's 2-0 to India. What will it be at the end of Cape Town?